Hi, my name is Thompson. So my collaborative project that I ended up doing for our class was basically how to introduce the gifted program into my school. So I actually used to be a student at the school that I teach at, and at that time we used to have a gifted program, but they got rid of it. So they haven't seen at the middle school level a gifted program in about 10 years. Last year they implemented one this year at the elementary school level, and now they're starting to do the middle school again starting next year. So, therefore, my project focused on how to basically implement it back into the school and talk about what the process is for applying, how we screen kids for the program, what are the expectations, and what it looks like at our school based off schedule wise. So, the whole goal is to just disseminate information to the whole entire community just so they knew about what the program was about and to make sure that everyone knew that we offered it. So I made a brochure so that will help staff, parents, students, and the community understand everything that's offered in the application process. So based off that, I was hoping that at least 60% of the parents/guardians will sign a contract so they understand what they know the Gifted and Talented program is about, and they know the expectations about it. The collaborative committee that was involved in helping me, so there was a Gifted and Talented committee that was made just to help the process determining how to select kids and what to do for them. So my superintendent, assistant superintendent, principal and assistant principal, director of curriculum, and different staff members of the Woodbridge Middle School and community members helped decide, well, how is this going to look like in the middle school, how they're going to select kids, and what kind of curriculum is going to be used. The purpose was just to make sure that no bias was being used, because you want to make sure that you offer all the information to everybody in the community so everyone has an opportunity to apply if, based off the expectations of what an applicant in the Gifted and Talented program looks like, and just to make sure everyone was aware of what it was and what it's about, since it's been so long that it's been in our school. So my role in this is, since it's being offered next year and I'm getting my master's in Gifted and Talented instruction, my goal is to be an advocate not only for the community and our school itself, but also for the parents, students, and our staff, because not only are kids going to be in the Gifted and Talented program, our staff needs to know how it's going to be used, how to help those kids in their classroom. So, what can they do to challenge those kids? Why might they not be successful in their class? They might not like their class, and that might not be their strong part of it. So what can they do to help them? So my role is to basically not only disseminate information to the community, but it's also to help my staff members on what they can do to help the gifted kids. So in terms of my brochure, I made sure to give contact information, excuse me, on who they could contact at the middle school level, on what's going to happen, and who they wanted, if they wanted their kid tested for gifted services, and then also the different gifted and talented instructors that will be at the middle school, and just basically anybody that had any contact information if had any questions after the brochure. And I also just left any contact information about what was going on and what it was about. So then I left a program details about what it was going on. So what's going to happen is students will be exempt from the responsive intervention class, because by law we have it in our school. So instead of being in a tier 1, their gifted program will technically be their tier 1. So they will be exempt from that based off their scores and based off their applicants to the school or to the gifted program. So it just talks about how the schedule will be used. They'll have a 60-minute class every single day. They're going to receive a grade for the Gifted and Talented class instead of an RTI grade. And then the curriculum that will be used will be STEAM, so it's talking about science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And finally, it's just talking about the different program, about the program, how we're not going to be offering honors classes anymore, so this technically takes the place of this, so it's more used for this instead of having an honors class. And then the requirements for it is students are required to submit a portfolio every year, so that's necessary. It's a critical piece in determining their success in the program, and they have to earn a C or better in the gifted program to be eligible to continue. And both students and parents have to fill out an evaluation at the end of each school year. The process for picking the students in this case will be, we'll have a parent inventory, teacher nomination, a student survey. They'll have to take the Naegleria nonverbal intelligence test, and will also analyze their Smarter Balance reading and math scores. And finally, they'll either leave a writing or a drawing sample based off a question that was given to them in their application. And finally, it just makes a note that students are required to maintain an 85% in all other courses while in the Gifted and Talented program. If grades drop below an 85% on their report card, they're placed on probation until the next one. And it also says if the grade is not brought back up to an 85% by the next report card, he or she will be removed from the program to the remainder of the year. So overall, my goal was just to make sure to help out the community to understand what it is all about, the process for getting in the program, and the expectations and requirements for the whole entire thing to stay in it and still be eligible. So hopefully it helps, and hopefully it'll be a success in our middle school next year. Thank you.